All right, what's up, everybody? Man, I was beat yesterday after I got done working, man. Usually I take time around lunch to set up whatever stream I'm doing on Tuesday, and I just didn't even have time with the system update on the computer. Anyway, here we are. I've added a few things to this living room stream setup. Added some new things onto the TV. The TV side, banjos, other novelty items. And I also added, so we can go over TikTok and some things I wanted to check out on Twitter and stuff. We can check out the living room table. Yeah. Got my single action army, some banjo strings, the wallet, all the essentials, and of course the phone. So, one of the most interesting things I think that's happened in the last few days, I'm not sure even when it happened, but was Elon Musk adding the tag to BBC and NPR that they were state-affiliated media, which was fantastic because in actuality, they literally are state-affiliated media. And of course, everyone's talking, not really, the funding goes this way and blah, blah, blah. It's state-affiliated media. Get out of here. But speaking of BBC and Elon Musk, there's that awesome clip that's been going around of Elon Musk doing this interview with the BBC where he just absolutely destroys the guy. And of course, I've been told that clip, and it makes me wonder what else, but I've been told that clip, of course, was cut from the end product. So I haven't actually watched the interview that BBC released. So I want to start with that. Let's see this and see how they cut it together versus what I don't know. It was... Did Elon Musk release it? I don't know who actually released this clip or how it was released. I don't know. Anyway, here's the official BBC version. I'm sure it's totally fair and objective. Absolutely fair and objective because that's what they do over at BBC. Oh, hang on. This is how we're starting off. It's always a good sign. I've been editing a lot of things lately, so I've been messing up my set. There we go. There we go. How about that? All right. Let's see what the BBC says versus that clip. Again, I want to find out why this clip was leaked. I don't know how it was even released, but let's see what the BBC's version has to say.
We start with the exclusive interview that took place in San Francisco between Elon Musk and our technology correspondent, James Clayton. It is one of his first interviews since he bought Twitter for $44 billion. He defended his decision to lay off a massive number of staff, saying that Twitter only had 4 months to live unless drastic measures were taken.
No, you misunderstand. It was a threat. He was threatening. You only have 4 months to get it together.
Expenses went from 4.5 to 6, creating a $3 billion negative cash flow situation, and Twitter having $1 billion in the bank. That's 4 months to live. So unless drastic action was taken immediately, this company is going to die and be owned by the banks.
Let's talk about that drastic action, because almost immediately you sacked a lot of Twitter workers.
Man, the audio on this is just god awful. It's amazing to me how often that happens with stuff that's supposed to be... I mean, this is the BBC. You'd think they would have decent mics and have a decent sound guy and editor. Did you see that? The journalist started talking and he got like, what, 5 words in before they even actually turned on his mic. They were just getting room sound. This happens a lot, I've noticed, with quote-unquote professionals. I mean, if it happens with me, what do you expect? I'm a guy who lives on a farm in the middle of nowhere. It's forgivable when I do it, but when state-affiliated media does it, it's not as forgivable.
And I spoke to them. It was very easy to speak to them when it happened. And the way they said, pretty much everyone said, is that it felt quite haphazard.
It was.
And it felt a little bit uncaring. I
wouldn't say uncaring. The issue is like the company's either going to go bankrupt or if we do not cut costs immediately. This is not a caring, uncaring situation. It's like if the whole ship sinks, then nobody's got a job.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Elon over here drinking his whiskey coke. Like, you know he is.
They weren't. They didn't even know they'd lost their jobs often. They were just frozen out of their accounts.
What would you do?
Well, you might want to give someone some notice. I mean, you might. By the way, I'm not running Twitter, but, but this is the criticism, and this is what staff members say. A little bit of notice, you know.
No, I understand. You have 4 months to live. 120 days. In 120 days, you're dead. So what do you want to do?
How much are you worth?
How is that even? This guy is obviously a just god-awful interviewer. Very clearly, absolutely terrible. And you can tell just by looking at him. It looks like this is the first time that he's ever done an interview. Look how uncomfortable he looks. Elon Musk looks like he's Elon Musk. You know, he's just doing his thing. But here, let's look at this guy. Enhance. Look at his face. Look how uncomfortable he looks. It looks like he's holding in a fart or something. He's very uncomfortable. And Elon Musk just looks like he's clearly in command of this room, for sure. Maybe you shouldn't have the intern interview the richest man on the planet about Twitter. No, you guys are doing good over at the BBC. You're doing good, for sure.
But I mean, we're talking about around the $200 billion mark. I mean, it's not quite. You're framing it in a way that you know that it had a few months to live. You're quite a rich man.
I sold a lot of Tesla stock to close this deal.
And why is he making it about how much Elon Musk makes? Because I'm pretty sure what Elon Musk was talking about was Twitter was going to die in, what do you say, a few months? I don't think he's saying that he himself was just going to be destitute and on the street in 4 months if he didn't fix it. He was talking about the company. What a god-awful interviewer this guy is.
I did not want to sell the Tesla stock.
In what was quite a lengthy interview, Elon Musk also said he is confident that the social media platform Twitter will become profitable again and advertisers will return. Let's have a listen to this.
In terms of advertising, obviously Twitter's not a private company anymore, so we don't really know how it's all going. Have all the advertisers come back?
Not all, but most.
And
you can see it for yourself on Twitter, even in the For You feed.
Right.
I mean, in the following
feed.
Don't use For You because it sucks.
Right.
Filled with hate speech, I'm told.
Oh, there he goes. Okay, that's him referencing that clip that just came out recently. That they apparently cut out of this whole interview. Without context, it doesn't really make any sense why Elon Musk even just said that. Nice.
That's not what I said.
Okay, fine. Well, why don't you use For You? What's wrong with it?
how is it going? Is Twitter in profit now?
Dude, this guy is terrible at his job. What a god-awful interviewer.
I'd say we're roughly
Elon Musk
break
definitely would have fired this guy if he worked at Twitter.
You said
Absolutely.
before you see a world where you could be in profit. Is there a timeline on that, do you think?
I mean, depending on how things go, if current trends continue, I think we could be profitable, or, I mean, I'd say, to be more precise, we could be cash flow positive this quarter if things keep going well.
This quarter, as soon as that?
Possibly, yeah.
Wow. And do you have a message for the advertisers? I mean, can you say which advertisers haven't come back?
Yeah, and the fact that he's using his phone the whole time, this interview, man, he is terrible. Where'd they get this guy?
Or said they're going to come back. There are very few exceptions.
Can you say any of the exceptions?
I actually don't know of anyone who said definitively they're not coming back. They're all sort of trending towards coming back.
But there are some that just haven't.
Jumping in, the water's warm. It's great.
That's your message to the advertisers who haven't come back.
Yeah, I mean, look, if Disney feels comfortable advertising, children's movies, and Apple feels comfortable advertising iPhones, those are good indicators that Twitter is a good place to advertise.
I want to talk about if you have any regrets, and I think
man, this guy is awful. He is just terrible. He stutters through every single thing he says, and he's all like, and he's looking on his phone the whole time. I mean, man, no wonder we've got this guy over here, and he's working for the BBC, a government-funded organization, and we have Elon Musk over here who has become the richest man on Earth. It's quite the contrast to see. It's very apparent who is, I guess you'd say, more of an alpha male in this situation. Dude, this guy is terrible. If I sat down at a pub while I was in Britain and this guy sat next to me and he started actually talking to me, which I highly doubt he would do because he'd probably think I was too toxic looking. But if he did, I would just look at him and say, yeah, can you leave me alone? You're just, everything about you is awful. I don't talk to people like you. Go cry about it. Finish drinking your Stella and go home.
You were booed at a Dave Chappelle concert. I think your own lawyer said a little. Well, some say a little, some say a bit more. I think your own lawyer said you couldn't get a fair trial in San Francisco because there are lots of people that don't necessarily like you here.
Yeah, but I have to say I was wrong. He was wrong, I guess, because I was acquitted by the San Francisco jury unanimously. So. Yeah.
But I guess.
But look,
do you have any regrets?
Wait, was there's an open case against Elon for something, or there was? I never heard this.
To be done.
I mean, you said earlier
quite
that
difficult. I'd say that the pain level of Twitter has been extremely high. This hasn't been some sort of party. So it's been really quite a stressful situation. For the last several months. Not an easy one. But apart from the pain, I mean, so it's been quite painful. But I think at the end of the day, it should have been done. I think were there many mistakes made along the way? Of course. But all's well that ends well. And so I feel like we're headed to a good place. We're roughly break even. I think we're trending towards being cash flow positive very soon, like literally in a matter of months. The advertisers are returning. I think the quality of recommended tweets has improved significantly, and we've taken a lot of feedback from people that.
Well, I can tell you right now, Elon, the quality of recommended tweets has gotten terrible for me. It seemed like right when he first really got in there, it actually was kind of better. Man, now all I get is nothing but recommendations of like paid Democrat shills like JoJo and David Hogg and a bunch of people I've never even heard of. And the way that their tweets sound, they sound like bots, like not real at all. You go, surely a real person wouldn't act this way. Let me see. I'm sure if I pull out my phone right now and just check it out, I guarantee you, like, pretty quickly it would start to come up with some people. Let's see. You know that the one time I'm gonna do it, or that I do it on stream, it doesn't happen. There's this one guy I keep seeing. His name's Brian something. Man, he's annoying. That's the guy I'm looking for. Oh, Elon Musk is tweeting about NPR. Well, there you go. Now I'm just getting all the news that I follow. I knew that would happen. Oh, here we go. John Cooper. Oh, here's the guy, Brian Krasenstein. Krasen, whoever. God, he is just the worst. I've been seeing him, and it keeps trying to get me to follow him, too. It's just been really annoying. This guy. Let me get it lined up. There we go. Yeah. Oh, and then right after him, David Hogg pops up. But Declaration of Memes, that's cool. I follow Declaration of Memes. Yeah, I've been getting tons of this crap. I mean, this guy is something else. And it's annoying because at first when he popped up, I had to comment on one of his tweets to be like, man, you are retarded. Holy crap. And that was a mistake, apparently, because I commented, and then now it just shows me everything that this guy ever says all the time. Anyway. Back to the BBC. Where were we?
I think your own lawyer said a little. Well, some say a little, some say a bit more. I think your own lawyer said you couldn't get a fair trial in San Francisco.
Oh, shit.
At the end of the day, it should have been done. I think, were there many mistakes made along the way? Of course. But all's well that ends well. And so I feel like we're headed to a good place. We're roughly break even. I think we're trending towards being cash flow positive very soon, like literally in a matter of months. The advertisers are returning. I think the quality of recommended tweets has improved significantly, and we've taken a lot of feedback from people that have looked at the open source recommendation algorithm, and we've made a lot of improvements even since that was made open source, and we're going to keep doing that. So overall, I think the trend is very good. So.
Well, let's unpack this further with our business reporter, Gerald De Silva, who joins us from our bureau.
No, thanks. I don't need to hear what I mean, look at this guy. I don't need to hear what the commentators from the BBC have to say about literally anything, ever, at any point in time. I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to want to hear it. Yeah, I don't know what happened. The recommendations were actually okay for a while, and then in the last week or two, it's been really, really bad. The feed has just been all jacked up with all kinds of crazy shit. But like I said, it's all leftist, Democrat shills, and nothing but that, which has been really, really annoying. Yeah, and wasn't is it Hogg is a government pig? Wasn't his dad CIA or something like that? Isn't that what somebody said online? I don't know how much I'm even allowed to ask about that before the stream gets interrupted, because I think that's a no thing, that you're not allowed to talk about that at all. But anyway, that's what the BBC released. And God, what a terribly edited, terribly shot. The audio was garbage. It didn't make any sense. Like they kept in the part where Elon Musk was still talking about one of the questions they had cut out, and it didn't even flow. It made no sense. It was god awful. But here's the clip that's been going around that they cut out. And I just can't for the life of me figure out why they would cut this out. It's almost like it made them look like the dumbasses that they are. All right, let's do it.
Content you don't like or hateful? What do you mean to describe a hateful thing?
Yeah, I mean, just content that will solicit a reaction, something that may include something that is slightly racist or slightly sexist, those kinds of things.
So you think if something is slightly sexist, it should be banned?
No,
is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm
just curious. I'm trying to understand what you mean by hateful content. And I'm asking for specific examples. And you just said that if something is slightly sexist, that's hateful content. Does that mean that it should be banned?
Well, you've asked me whether my feed, whether it's got less or more. I'd say it's got slightly more.
That's why I'm asking for examples. Can you name one example?
I honestly don't need. Honestly, I
you
don't.
Can't name a single example.
I'll tell you why. Because
Man, look at the way that he's freaking out. This is the way that you need to start. Everyone needs to handle these types of people, and thankfully, people have started handling them this way. Where, previously in years past, everyone just took them at their word, where they said, "Oh wow, really hate speech, hateful content? Well, that's not good," because we all assumed that we had a common understanding of what that content was. And now we've realized that we do not have the same definition for hateful content at all. But this is how you have to say is, no, what do you mean by that? You define it for me. Give me an example. What are you talking about? So we can see that we're on the same page and we can continue the discussion. And of course, all he does is he just starts stammering like, yeah, I wonder why they cut this part out. Gee, I wonder.
I don't actually use that for you feed anymore because I just don't particularly like it.
But you said
actually, a lot of people are quite similar. I only look at
hang on a second.
my
You said you've seen more hateful content, but you can't name a single example, not even one.
I'm not sure I've used that feed for the last 3 or 4 weeks. And
then how did you see the hateful content?
Because I've been using Twitter since you've taken it over for the last 6 months.
Okay, so then you must have at some point seen for you hateful content. I'm asking for one example.
Right.
And you can't give a single one.
And I'm saying
then I say, sir, that you don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Yes, because you can't give a single example of hateful content, not even one tweet. And yet you claimed that the hateful content was high. Well, that's false.
No, what I claimed...
You just lied.
What I claimed was...
Got him. You just lied. He did. And I love how he tried to change it. It's like, well, no, well, the reason why I can't come up with anything is because I stopped using the For You page. Okay, smart guy. Mr. So sensitive to hateful content guy. What did you see that made you stop using the For You page? You had to have seen something. Unless you're saying that you just stopped using it preemptively before you started seeing hateful content, which is not what he said. He said that he noticed it, he's seen it, and other people have noticed it too. And so Elon says, well, if it's so prevalent, one example would be nice. And then I'll take care of it. Show me what it is. And of course, there is no example. This guy, where did the BBC find this guy? I mean, I'm sure they just went to the closest university and grabbed the first skinny-looking guy who looks like he drinks soy milk or something, and that was about it. What else do you need? What else do you need?
There are many organizations that say that kind of information is on the rise. Now, whether it has on my feed or not, I mean, right, and
Literally
you can
can't
look at
name
something
one.
like the Strategic Dialogue Institute in the UK. They will say that. So
Look, people will say all sorts of nonsense. I'm literally asking for a
Right.
single example, and you can't name one.
right, and as I've already said, I don't use that feed. But
Well, then how would you know that?
I don't think this is getting anywhere.
You literally said you experienced more hateful content, and then couldn't name a single example.
Right, and as I said,
That's absurd.
I haven't actually looked at that feed.
Then how would you know there's hateful content?
Because I'm saying that's what I saw
That's
a
absurd.
few weeks ago. I can't give you an exact example. Let's move on. We only have a certain amount of time.
He's like, yeah, please, let's move on because I'm looking like an absolute ass here. I have had this exact same conversation dozens of times when I was living in Nashville and going to bars almost every single night, surrounded by a bunch of liberals, leftists, woke people. This exact same conversation. Pick any topic at all, any woke topic of any kind. Really? So you know, like there's a problem with racism in our country. Really? Is that so? Give me an example of that. Well, we all know it's systemic. It's everywhere. Everyone knows it. Yeah, see, I'm not sure. Can you give me an example of it? And they pick something like, well, black men are killed by the millions and trillions and zillions every year by police. And you say, no, that's not true. There's actually very, very few who are killed unarmed for no reason by cops, because that's what they always say, is unarmed black men are killed all the time. Really? Show me that data. Show me that. Where do you see that? And I don't know. About the most you can get for something like that is whatever the current thing was. Whatever the current thing is the news is talking about, whatever shooting they're trying to make up. At the time, they may bring that up, but otherwise they don't have. Well, I know it's true. I've heard it on the news, and everyone knows this is true. Maybe you need to start thinking for yourself a little bit here. If you cannot, off the top of your head, provide any proof of what you've just said, maybe you should shut the fuck up. Just enjoy your drink. Talk about the latest episode of insert show here on Netflix and leave it be. Not everyone needs to have these political and social and cultural opinions, because maybe you're an idiot. Just drop it, man. Or maybe you're not an idiot, you're just ignorant. You can just accept that you don't know what you're talking about. Is that so hard? I used to do that all the time. When when I was going out to bars in Nashville and talking with people, I would do that all the time. Say that, yeah, I don't know anything about that. I'm not going to give an opinion on that. How can you not have an opinion on this? This is the most important thing, blah, 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 blah. Well, I don't know. And frankly, I don't care. That was the one I always got is, well, what's your opinion on, and they always bring this up as a total non sequitur for an argument that they're losing, and they know they're losing, and all of a sudden, well, what do you think about Israel and Palestine? I don't give a shit about Israel and Palestine. I'm sorry, I don't. But it doesn't affect me, and I don't know really anything about it. No offense to anyone who actually, knows this stuff. I just don't, so I don't have an opinion on it. And how can you not have an opinion on this? I don't know anything about it. How could I have an opinion on it? But then you realize that these people don't know anything about hate speech on Twitter, but they certainly have an opinion on it. Knowing something is not a prerequisite to talk about it for these people. Might as well just say whatever the hell you want. No big deal. Yeah, it's always whatever the current thing is. That's all it is. Every time. All right, we might as well move over to the people that I follow, the following, what do they call it on TikTok? Yeah, your following page on TikTok. Since we missed TikTok Tuesday. This is always so painful. All right, here we go. Let's just start off with the people that I follow. See what the newest thing is. Let's see what's going on. You know what's weird though on TikTok is you can't, like, even when you go to the following page, the people that you follow, it doesn't ever show anything in order. There is no way to just like have a feed on TikTok that shows the most recent. It's because that's not what TikTok's for. But here we go. I'm sure whatever we're about to hear is going to be great. Oh, here's the... I told you, like, the screenshot behind her. Joe, that's another one that keeps popping up on my my For You page on Twitter as well, is this crazy lady who uses a bunch of filters on every photo she posts. All right, take it away. Take it away. I'm sure we're about to get some big brain stuff. The caption for this: my picks from this month: politics, Democrat, leftist. This is going to be some good stuff.
Don't worry, parents in Tennessee. Republicans in your state might not be doing anything about guns, but at least your kids are safe from drag queens, strippers, and books about seahorses. Gay kids read thousands of books about straight characters and
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are they finally just admitting that they think kids should be around strippers too? What? I've never heard strippers being added to that group. What?
State might not be doing anything about guns,
that
but
can't
at least
be for
your kids
real.
are safe from drag queens, strippers, and books about seahorses. Gay kids read thousands of books.
I thought that their argument has always been that they're not strippers, because everyone knew that strippers, that would be a bad thing. You can't have kids around strippers. Wow. Apparently we've pushed them over the edge. They're now saying that it's okay to have kids around strippers. I mean, wasn't that always the argument that they're not, that the drag queens aren't? I don't know.
Of books about straight characters and still grew up gay, but y'all are worried that if your son Billy reads just one book where a penguin has two dads, he's gonna wake up the next day and ask Brad to prom. The student loan debt crisis solved. Number 1, you loaned $100,000 to a jobless teen. Number 2, take the L and learn some financial responsibility. This pup couldn't hack it as a drug-sniffing dog, so now he sniffs out the poop of elusive animals in the name of conservation. All I read was, cool dog isn't an arc, becomes scientist. Drywall contractors in Philly the day after the Super Bowl. Get it? Because men punch things? I hate cancel culture. Imagine God canceling you because you did or said the wrong thing. The very first Bible story is God canceling two people over an apple. LMAO, what?
TikTok.
Don't worry, parents in Tennessee. Republicans in your state might not be doing anything about guns, but at least your kids are safe from drag queens, strippers, and...
Man, there was a lot of stuff in that that you could break down. It's the best memes. I guess this is her favorite leftist memes of this week. Oh, man, look at that freeze frame. Look at that freeze frame. Damn. I got to screenshot that one. That's awesome. If that doesn't perfectly encapsulate that one, man. But I love the logic of this one. You loaned $100,000 to a jobless teen. Take the L and learn some financial responsibility. So it's the lenders who gave people loans for schooling that need to learn financial responsibility. What? Not the people who took out a loan who apparently had no idea that they were going to have to pay it back. They just never knew. It was never communicated to them that they needed to pay back their loans. You can't be serious. Get out of here, Allie. Oh, it's the Fed honeypot. I haven't made any videos about this yet. I'm going to. It's gonna happen. That's stupid music that I can't play or else I'll get copyright claimed. Have you guys seen this? The Fed honeypot? Why is the screen... Let me fix the screens. That'll have to do.
Yeah, let's go and see. Oh, good morning. Morning. Is Saoirse about? No, she decided to be sick today, so I'll be covering in here. Oh no, is everything okay? Not really. I had a lot of paperwork to get done today, but here we are. Oh, I meant with... Never mind. Well, Hunter, darling, do you want to go and sit down for breakfast? That's it. Sit down and take a bowl. Is he okay today? Yes. He's absolutely fine.
I've never been able to watch a whole video from this woman, ever, because it's so annoying. I'm sure there's some content gold here, because I've seen some of the stuff that starts off with like wacky, woke leftist stuff, but it's honestly just so grating to listen to. It's worse than... I prefer the ones that are like really, really, really crazy. You know, the wackadoo trans teachers and all that stuff. I prefer that. There's something about this that, while it's not worse in the sense of, you know, culturally or morally, there's just something about it that gets under my skin more. I mean, listen to this woman.
Might come and collect him early today. Very well. See you later. Goodbye. Bye.
A few hours later.
Hiya. Oh, you're very early today. Yeah, I thought it was Friday. Might as well grab him. We'll go home and spend some time.
Oh my God. One of these days I'm going to explore this account, but I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to do it.
I think I have a crush on Luigi.
These absolute degenerate pieces of shit are filming themselves in a movie theater. This is why there was a shooting at the Dark Knight. This is why. You're the reason. Son of a bitch. Look at these people. Look at these people.
I think I have a crush on Luigi.
In a goddamn movie theater, you're pulling your phone out and making TikToks. If someone were to potentially somehow physically harm you in any way, it would be deserved. Absolutely deserved. God damn it. This is terrible.
I thought I was a master tucker. As a gal with a gherkin, I felt like...
Oh God, this is going to be brutal. This is going to be brutal. If you don't understand what we just heard, I'm sorry for what you're about to witness. Oh, man. This is going to be rough. Here we go.
like I conquered the subtle art of making my subtle parts subtle. No garment was too tight, no goodie bag was too full. I've worn tight pants, leggings, leather pants, all feeling confident that my private parts were private. But these yoga pants have me humbled. I don't know what fabric this is, but it's the opposite of an invisibility cloak. The problem isn't that it's showing off my chick stick, it's actually revealing my testicles, which is incredible because the damn things are tucked away inside of my body. So you may have humbled me today, gray yoga pants, but I'll be back, and when I do, I'm gonna tuck some shit up. I thought...
Okay, thank God. I thought it was going to get a lot worse than that. And that's actually a really sad thought, is that all of this has become so normal that that basically was just like white noise to me. 5 years ago, that would have been ridiculous. Everyone would have been like, the fuck? I'm talking about tucking your unit, hiding your unit to wear female pants? What the hell is wrong with you? This is just downright quaint. This is probably in Netflix's most recent child's show. I mean, it's just downright wholesome at this point. Gee. Oh, and by the way, if you don't remember this person, Aaron Moore, M-O-H-R, Moore, right? He fancies himself a comedian. If you remember this from the TikTok Tuesday where we went over the trans comedians. Did you laugh? Was that hilarious? Did you just lose it on that? No, that was great.
What is a placenta?
Placenta? That's a... Oh, do you really know what that is?
No, you had definitely...
Looking at these guys right off the bat. They are dumb as a box of rocks. You can tell just by looking at them. Especially the guy wearing his hat the way that Zoomers wear their hats now. It's backwards and not quite on all the way. Who did this? Why is this a thing? We saw a lot of the lesbians acting like black guys last TikTok Tuesday doing this as well. Just stop it. Please just stop.
Femmes who want other gay girls to know that you are also gay. Gay girl tip number 280. This type of tip is always highly requested, so this is going to be a little mini series, and this is part 1. Hit that plus for a safe space. Let's get into it. First up is that hyper-femininity is inherently queer. There are so many feminine styles.
We learned so much from TikTok. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Specifically the ladies. If you find yourself feminine or hyper feminine, you are inherently queer. Inherently queer. So, the ladies who act like black guys, queer as hell. The ladies who act like ladies, queer as hell. What is going on in the world, man? What has happened? Gabriel, blow the trumpets.
That are so obviously not for the male gaze. So instead of trying to tomboy it up, the first suggestion that I have for you is to just lean further into that hyper-femininity. Femmes who want other gay girls to know that you are also gay. Gay girl tip number 280.
None of that made any sense. Thank you.
That's one thing you can say to a white Christian conservative that will immediately make them upset.
Just one? Okay. If you're...
Oh, this is a woman who claims to be a reverend. This is Reverend Carla. Ugh, absolutely demonic.
Putting your religious beliefs above human rights, then you are nothing like Jesus. No matter how much you go to church, no matter how many gospel songs you sing, and no matter how much you tithe.
That's one thing you can...
This woman just said... This woman just said that woke orthodoxy for political purposes is more important than your actual faith in God. What is... And again, like this person claims to be a reverend.
Say to a white Christian conservative.
Okay. If you're putting your religious beliefs above human rights, then you are nothing like Jesus. No matter how much you go to church, no matter how many gospel songs you sing, and no matter how much you tithe.
That's one thing you can say.
And they're all very good at making this face right at the end. That just creepy. It's like a horror movie. Straight to jail.
Oh, I got this. Hi, buddy. My name's Mr. Williams, and I'm a PreK teacher. Your friend.
Hey, it's Theodore Otis Brentley. The return. It's been quite a while since we've had old Brentley on the show. Man. Oh, he's not doing that thing with his stupid... Oh man, he even has that side of his overalls latched. He just has chosen not to put it over his shoulder. Yeah. Why is this a thing? Look, I mean, at least it makes more sense when someone just doesn't latch it on the one side. It is still really annoying and honestly offensive to my culture when people do this. But he even actually has it clasped. Look, I mean, just be glad I'm not bringing up everything else that's wrong in this freeze frame. That'll get us taken down. I can't remember. Did Brentley go back to teaching? I know that he was he had stopped teaching to pursue his activism full time. Did he go back? I think he did. Because that was the reason why we did the goodbye to Otis Brentley, because he was quitting teaching. And I felt, well, there's no reason to talk about him anymore. But I think he went back. I'm pretty sure he is back teaching. I tried to reach out to him several times, and he never responded. Which, can you blame him? Why would he talk to some random cartoon on the internet? All right, guys, just a reminder, like the stream if you haven't done that already. Join the Discord if you haven't. And of course, as always, super chats, support the channel, and activate the super chat jukebox. All right. Back to TikTok. Everyone's favorite thing.
Over there asked me to come talk to you because you're having a lot of big emotions over picture day. I can see you're upset, don't want your picture taken. I can see a lot of orange streaks going down your face from tears. Why don't you want to do picture day? Because a lot of people are mad at you. Oof, that's not good. Why are they mad? Oh, because you broke a lot of rules. Well, that's not very nice. Now you're worried about getting in trouble and time out? Yeah, time.
I have no idea what this video is about. But I do see that Brentley has a bunch of new tattoos. Good for him. They are just god-awful.
That would mean that you couldn't.
I mean, just like his haircut and everything else going on here. So I guess it's not that surprising.
Have McDonald's, and that would make me sad too. Here's the thing, but you have to go get your picture taken. Oh, no, thank you. We can be upset, but we're not going to say those words. No, Donald, listen. Mr. Trump, you need to go take your mugshot. Because you did some bad things, you need to go get your...
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what in the hell he was talking about. Okay, so I guess it's a joke. Let's see. Sometimes you need a PreK teacher to step in and help. Okay. Hilarious. You know, there's a few queers on TikTok that actually are funny. And Brentley used to be funny before the fame went straight to his head. This really isn't that funny.
Hello, my strange little onions, you ask. So I'm delivering another installment of creepy conservative men who come into my DMs because they think I'm a woman. This one starts how they all start. Once upon a DM notification. Knock, knock, he said. Come in, I said. Wow, way to ruin a joke, he said. I personally believe my subverting the knock-knock joke was funnier than whatever interrupting cow or orange you glad I didn't say banana you were going to produce. I said, you are a real Connecticut, but he did not say Connecticut. Okay, I said. Honestly, what is wrong with your generation? This kind of bitchy behavior is why gals like you are still single and bitching about it. He said, if you don't like my generation.
Okay, as I always say with these types of videos, so this is actually a man, and I know we all knew it was a man, but this is not a man who's transgender. This is a man who is a man, knows he's a man, and just does drag, which used to be the normal thing when it came to a man dressing as a woman. That used to be what it was, where if you saw a man dressed as a woman, you go, oh, it's a guy who likes to do drag. But we've confused it all now with the transgender stuff, so you don't know if, is this man delusional enough to think he's a woman? Anyway, that's beside the point. Went off on a tangent there. Screenshots. Not saying that this necessarily couldn't happen, that it would be impossible for it to happen. It just seems incredibly unlikely, to the level that if you're not providing screenshots, I'm not buying it. You guys remember the old internet adage, pics or it didn't happen? Hey, this person, whose name is Landon Reed. God, of course his name is Landon. Jeez. Poor guy didn't stand a chance, did he? Landon Reed does drag on TikTok. Has a whole series of these saying creepy conservative men who go into my DMs, and it's always something like this that's completely unbelievable. This does not sound like a real human being. But you know what? I guess as long as it's for the clicks, as long as it's for the internet clout, all sins are forgiven. All I'm saying is, if you provided screenshots, that would go a long way for your credibility. But he never does. These people never do. And that's why everything they say sounds fake. Because this is honestly what they think conservative men, creepy conservative men, what they sound like. This fucking guy. Get out of here. Man, we're only 51 seconds into this video. There's a lot more left.
Generation, you could always go hit on another one. Although I suspect the older generations have already rejected you, and that's why you're hitting on my generation. And the generation younger than me is illegal. I said, oh my god, you are so full of yourself. I was not hitting on you. I only hit on hot women. He said, I'm not full of myself, but I can put 2 and 2 together. You're not following me, so why else did you DM me a knock-knock joke out of the blue? I said, to throw a dog a bone, and yes, I did mean bone that way. Arf, arf. He said, okay. I said,
what a strange world we live in, where a man can dress up as a woman, go onto the internet, and tell a story like this. And yes, to answer your question, the comments do believe it. They believe this is real. They honestly, people believe that this is a real story. Even though any logical person, anyone, could tell that no such human being exists. I'm telling you, this is all tying back to that Elon Musk clip that the BBC cut out. Where is it? Okay, show it to me. What? Where? Give me an example. Show. What are you talking about? This is like when AOC and Ilhan Omar and those other people. They're like, I get millions and bazillions and gazillion infinite death threats every day from white nationalist conservative men. Oh, really? Can you show us a screenshot? Did you take a picture of it on the screen from your phone? I mean, something. And they go, no, I don't have any. No, I would. No. Oh, well then. well, son of a bitch. I believe you. Yeah, I absolutely 100% believe. You got me there. No evidence is the evidence I needed. But like I said, there actually needs to be some credit given here to Landon for not actually being trans. This is just the drag the drag queens of old. The drag queens that we all remember. It's becoming rarer and rarer. It really is. It's really it's you don't see it that often anymore. God, we're only halfway through this. Take it away, Landon.
Wow, real mature. You just have to get the last word in. He said. Okay. I said. Oh my god, just shut up! He said. Okay. I said. Wow, real mature. I'm done with this conversation. He said. See you later, alligator. I said. He began typing, so I went to go look at his page. Turns out he's a semi-successful conservative stand-up comedian, which is kind of an oxymoron, or a stand-up comedian moron. His stand-up routine had such gems as, my pronouns are patriot. Everyone says January 6th was an insurrection, but what I want to know is, what were all those BLM insurrections? It was truly terrifying how his videos were getting likes and comments. On a video where he ranted about drag queen story time, one of the people mentioned me. When I got back, he was still typing. Sir, I know you know who I am, but what I can't figure...
Oh, man. Of course, it all comes back to stroking his ego. Somebody else brought me up. Good Lord, these people are insufferable.
Figure out is why you're here. I feel as if you're here to try and expose me in some way, but for the life of me, I can't figure out how you thought you were going to do that. Your behavior in this communique has proven my point. Conservative men are terrible to women when people aren't watching. I don't know why he blocked me. Thank you for watching.
Wait, how could this have proven you right? That conservative men are terrible to women when you are claiming he knows that you're not a woman? Now that... now that's a contradiction right there. Ugh. What in the fuck? Next video.
What's
Hey! Hey, it's Mole. I missed it because I was saying A too much. What was the question? Oh, gender euphoria.
Gender euphoria?
Oh, jeez.
Well.
All right, I can tell you. Gender euphoria means you're fucking retarded. I'm bringing it back, okay? We should be allowed to call people retarded as a joke. That's one of the many words that have been stolen from us. You guys remember that? The good old days, early 2000s? That's retarded. This is retarded. You're retarded. I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back.
I'm glad you
I really wish I could bottle up gender euphoria and just give it to every person I know to experience, because it is literally the most amazing thing on this planet.
Mole, I beg of you, please do not bottle up your gender euphoria and give it to people. I'm not sure how that would be illegal, but I can guarantee you it is a federal offense. Please, God, do not do that. Just stop. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. We're checking out the phone, not the TV anymore. Got it. Here we go.
is like this state of bliss. It's just this happy, warm feeling you get, and it just feels so good. Almost like the warm rays of sunshine that like hit your skin in the summertime. Or like this rosy light you feel when you feel seen and loved for who you truly are. And people will experience this sensation of gender euphoria when our gender expressions match our gender identities. Gender euphoria can also manifest itself when a person accepts who they are in their identity, in their mind, and loves themselves. Or when others gender a person correctly, or calls them by their preferred name and uses the correct pronouns for them. For me, I really love being masculine, and during this...
You know, Bog, I honestly have no idea. This has become a thing with Mole. Mole always makes the videos out the window. I don't know why. It didn't used to be this way. Yet here we are. Here we are.
Summer, when I get to show off my body hair, like wearing shorts and letting my leg hairs breathe, or wearing a muscle shirt and just feeling super mask and tough, and I get to look at my armpit hair. Like, that's...
Oh my gosh. I didn't realize this. Mole is one of the white lesbians who kind of acts like a black guy. Hear me out. So, Mole is a genetic female. She's rocking gold chains. Gold chains, y'all. Rocking the gold chains, y'all. Is that still a black guy thing, wearing gold chain? I mean, I assume it is. I assume it is. That's really all I got. I mean, I think that's enough. I think that's all I got, y'all.
When I experience gender euphoria, I just feel so good about who I am, and the fact that I get to just be me, it's just out of this world. It's just out of this world feeling.
Even TikTok itself couldn't take any more of Mole.
I am genuinely so sorry. Yesterday I made a video where I talked about a couple of somewhat effeminate male celebrities and how I thought they could be trans. The video was satirical, it was a joke, but by nature of making that video, I was stereotyping.
Few things. Always hilarious. Whenever these woke people try to make a joke and they just get dragged for it because apparently they think they're allowed to do things. They're allowed to make jokes because they're in the cult. Nope. Nope. You are not allowed to make a funny or even try to. That's the first thing. Second thing. If you came across this person 10 years ago, not this person specifically, I mean, I don't know how old they are, so I don't know how they were 10 years ago. But if you 10 years ago, if you came across a person who looked like this, just walking around in the world, this is someone who's in a really, really bad way. This would be a man who is prostituting himself in order to buy drugs. You would only ever see this person walking around in the seedy part of town, standing next to actual female prostitutes, and he's there dressing up feminine and selling himself for a discount. That's what this person 10 years ago, that's what this person, I mean, if you saw, that's what it is. Now this person gets to have 1 million followers on TikTok and is called beautiful and brave. Man. How the shift in culture has been remarkable.
And I understand how much that can hurt if you are an effeminate person and you don't want to transition. I don't take the responsibility of having this platform lightly, and I really care about fostering community that encourages people to express themselves fully and without judgment or stereotyping, which I know is exactly what I did yesterday. And I'm really sorry because
I have got to see this video that has got, oh God, this person goes by Violet. Yeah. We got to watch this video that Violet is apologizing for. Jeez, how old is this? Don't tell me Violet took down the incredibly offensive video. Damn. Bro, where is it? I think Violet did take it down. That's how offensive it was. Let's see.
The girls' camp peppermint patty.
No.
Come get dressed with me to go back to my university. I want to wear this tube top because I didn't really have these
Good
last time I was
Lord.
at school. And we got yesterday. I went on a walk with my friend who just so happens to also be a trans girl, and this guy came up to us. And I don't know what y'all do in
Style a backwards suit.
I want to try this. All right, here's the blazer backward. I look a little like I'm wearing.
Jeez.
I started my social transition into.
It looks like he deleted the video. Man. I was really hoping that we could find the offending content.
I am genuinely
Apparently,
so sorry. Yesterday I made a video where I talked about a couple of somewhat effeminate male
Bummer.
celebrities and how I thought they could be trans. The video was satirical, it was a joke, but by nature of making that video, I was stereotyping, and I understand how much that can hurt if you are an effeminate person and you don't want to transition. I don't take the responsibility of having this platform lightly, and I really care about fostering community that encourages people to express themselves fully and without judgment or stereotyping, which I know is exactly what I did yesterday, and I'm really sorry because I know it hurt a lot of you, as I saw in your responses to the video. People like Harry Styles and Tom Holland are actively breaking down stereotypes of toxic masculinity, and that's amazing, and I shouldn't have made a joke about it. I also understand that the video was toxic to non-binary people who are constantly being told they have to subscribe to a binary gender when they're just trying to be.
Man, imagine adhering to an ideology that requires you to self-flagellate like this. I mean, this is crazy. This is genuine desperation in this man's eyes. Well, not right here. Right here, that's genuine heroin coursing through his veins from that freeze frame. But you know what I mean. You get what I'm saying.
To be themselves. I try to put out new content almost every day, and it can be exhausting at times, constantly thinking of ways to keep people entertained, and yesterday's mistake was a product of that exhaustion, but I know that that's not an excuse for being blatantly insensitive, and I am
So
sorry.
insensitive.
I promise I won't make that mistake again. I care so much about fostering safe spaces online for people because I know you might not have that at home, and I really care about you all. So I am so sorry that my words hurt you. I am genuinely so.
Wow. Yeah. It really must be exhausting to live your life this way. The comments. The issue is you said celebrities are trans and just don't know it. Yeah, that is an issue. We forgive you. Yay. I love that you're taking full responsibility for your actions. Yeah, the amount of death and destruction that video has wrought on the world is out of control. Absolutely out of control. Thank you for fixing this, Violet.
Why does all of the hate...
Oh, God, I hate this guy so much. Okay. I gotta prepare for this.
that I get come from other gay men? I got recognized in public today. A middle-aged man saw me in a bookstore. He asked if I'm that guy from TikTok. I was like, probably. Have you found any good books? This bitch. Here's a reenactment of our conversation. I fucking despise your page. You're a fucking sissy and you make it seem like we're all like you and we're not. And you're not funny. It's not funny to mock people for their appearance. Wow. Lots to unpack there. One, if you don't like my comedy or the way that I handle...
Oh, no one did this. God, I hate this guy so much. So much. All right.
myself in negative situations, totally cool, but I do urge you to block me so you don't have to see it anymore. 2, if I have ever unintentionally insulted you in one of my videos, I'm sorry, but I wasn't talking about you. I don't bully people for the fun of it. I just hold up a mirror to other bullies And I learned this lesson a long time ago, that if we can make light in hard situations and learn to laugh, especially at ourselves, truly winning at life. And number 3, let's not let our internalized homophobia throw around words like sissy and stuff, okay? So what? You're not going to make fun of the fact that I'm balding or that I have a lazy eye? What? Sir, no. Have a good day. I hope you get fucking AIDS and die. Oh. Well, in that case, I don't know why you think I would make fun of your hairline. I mean, it clearly has a vendetta against your eyebrows, but that's none of my business. Oh, and your eye isn't lazy. It's just unmotivated. Have a great day.
This is the face of a psychotic human being. Absolutely psychotic.
Why does all of...
Why? It really is an interesting phenomenon. Why did this happen? This whole making up stories like this for the internet? I don't know.
So recently, Selena acquired chicken.
Hey, it's Call Me Chris. I actually enjoy about 70% of the content Call Me Chris follows. I actually just follow her because I like it. Sometimes you gotta break up the insanity.
Breaking news after the murder
Oh God, I definitely don't like this guy at all.
of 3 9-year-old kids and 3 adults at school. Republicans in Tennessee just voted
I would die for them, but I would not shoot them.
to allow teachers
Children alive today that would be dead because of your attitude.
to carry guns at school. Breaking news after the
Man. So he didn't explain what was wrong with... He's got the dramatic music, and man, look at this guy. Oh, I hate this guy so much. He didn't explain why this was bad. I thought it was incredibly badass that after this shooting, Tennessee said, maybe we should allow teachers to carry guns. That is a very basic first step to take, to go, okay, we have a problem here. There seems to be people going and shooting schools. What do we do about it? Okay, we're all arguing on why this is happening, and you know, where it's coming from, etc., etc. You know what we can do right now while we figure out the mental illness part of it, the societal part of it, is protect the kids. I don't see why you shouldn't protect the kids. I mean, have an armed security guard. Just have people who know how to use firearms present. I mean, if you want to spend all day saying, we shouldn't have to do that, people shouldn't be doing this. Yeah, no shit. I also wish that money grew on trees and that I could plant it in the ground here on my farm. But that doesn't exist. Okay? That's not reality. That's not the world that we live in. The world that we live in, this is happening. So while you try to figure out the best way to prevent it from happening, we could defend the schools. In the meantime, you can still sit and try to figure that out. You know, you can still sit and try to figure out the underlying problem. But the first step is, if someone keeps breaking into your house and causing damage, or keeps invading your country, I mean, pick any analogy you want. You stop them from doing that immediately. You put up a wall, right? You shoot that person. Whatever is necessary. And then you can figure out, okay, well, why do I keep getting targeted? In the meantime, you stop the threat. You defend against the threat. I don't know. Maybe I'm the crazy one. Could be.
I don't see Second Amendment loving.
Oh, this guy. Not this girl. This guy. man, he's a loser.
I don't see Second Amendment loving, gun toting, Trump loving conservatives shooting down innocent kids in school.
And just real quick, side note, I have to do a TikTok Tuesday for these types of people as well. Because the right also just has brainless automatons that follow whatever the cool thing on the right is. And it's just as annoying. In some cases, more annoying. I got to do a TikTok Tuesday about them. I guess it's not fair to say that this woman for sure is that, but she's given all the signs. Given all the signs.
Goals, do you? Yeah. Didn't think so.
Not only is this demonstrably wrong, this woman stole somebody else's equally incorrect video, plagiarized it, and then put it back on TikTok.
About any God-fearing, gun-loving, Trump-supporting conservative shooting.
This information was incorrect when that woman did it.
Imagine thinking that there was only 2 people who've said this ever. What an idiot.
And it's just as incorrect when this lady did it. Unoriginal, loud, and wrong. It's the fucking MAGA trifecta.
What was this article, Anishan? Jailhouse letters show school shooter Nicholas Cruz remains a staunch Trumper behind bars. All right, let me try to break this down. Why this is totally irrelevant. That a shooter may be a Trump supporter or even a right-winger. Why this is completely irrelevant. The right as a whole, conservatives, right-wingers, libertarians, whatever, anyone who's not a woke leftist condemns the actions of those people and actively says that no, they deserve whatever sentence they get, death penalty, life in prison, whatever. You don't see that from the left. Just look at what happened in Nashville. They're saying that the shooter was one of the victims. The transgender shooter was a victim of her own shooting. They don't condemn it at all. In fact, they say that she was justified in what she did. And it was the Christian's fault that she went and shot this school up. That's batshit crazy. That's why this comparison is nonsense. Because I can look at this and go, well, yeah, what a piece of shit. I don't then hear, oh, he was a Trumper, and go, oh, well, actually, he was great. I love this guy. He's fantastic. No, I say, so? Who cares? Who cares? Why would I care about that? But that's why they make these comparisons, is because it does matter to them. It absolutely does. Yeah, because you can have this transgender person go and kill 6 people at a Christian school, and when they find out that it was a transgender person, they completely shift and say, well, she was one of the victims. She's a victim. And you can go on to TikTok. Maybe this will be next TikTok Tuesday. Because you can go on to TikTok and find thousands of videos of these leftists justifying what the shooter did in Nashville, saying that these people deserved it. This is what happens when you're a transphobe, that kind of stuff. Absolutely. I mean, they're absolutely all for it. So this is a false comparison. What a fucking retard.
You want to see a white bigoted dude?
Oh, man. And then this guy pops up. Oh, God. I forgot about this guy. Dude, if that's what your beard looks like, shave it off, brother. Just shave it off.
He would get put in his place, then watch this video.
Oh, Greg Abbott wants to make sure that Houston, the city of Houston, is put under the same microscope as any city that isn't allowed legally to be the quote-unquote sanctuary city. And this is what we do here in the city of Houston. People come into the city of Houston illegally.
Okay.
They're allowed to stay.
Okay.
There is only so much that our law enforcement officers are willing to do.
Law
that
enforcement.
The DEA is willing to do. That the border agents are willing to do. Why in the world don't we go?
By the way, the caption for this video is there are no such thing as illegal immigrants, period. Wow.
After those that are here. Well, that's what Abbott wants to change, and I agree. And as soon as we make sure that in the state of Texas, if Houston keeps conducting itself the same way that San Antonio and other cities conduct themselves, then no money is coming to Houston from the state. We need to do that at the state level. We also need to do it on a federal level.
But Matt, my problem with this is why are we so worried about getting rid of all of the Mexicans or Hispanics that are quote unquote here, if they're illegal or not? At the end of the day, many of them are paying taxes. Many of them have.
Well, whether they're legal or not was certainly a strong part of what he was saying. Generally, people do this exactly what this guy's doing, which is he's already shifting the topic from what he was talking about. Guarantee you that through the rest of this clip, he's going to continue to shift it onto something else.
Been here for generations and decades. And Matt, trying to get rid of 4, 5, or 3 million people all at once is not going to work.
Exactly.
We don't have the resources.
We don't have to do it all at once.
And secondly, Matt, listen, there is no such thing as an illegal Mexican immigrant.
Exactly.
Because they're only coming home. Texas, Arizona, and California.
Man, this is some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And I've heard it many, many times.
When you were stole from the Mexicans. This all belongs to them. So they're only coming home. And then here it is, you white folks stole the land from the Indians.
They're only coming home.
Exactly. Illegal immigrants.
So let's start with the things you said.
That stuff, it's always a stupid argument. They're only coming home. Wait, so they own it now? I thought it was the Native Americans who owned it. Or was it the other people that they killed to own? I mean, like, this whole argument about it's their land in the first place is just absolutely moronic on every single possible conceivable level. Absolutely moronic.
You mad, Matt? Are you mad?
Yeah, this guy's annoying.
You're not paying taxes.
Matt,
Nobody
they
knows
are
who the
paying
heck they
taxes.
No, they're not paying any taxes.
Matt, when they buy a product, they paying a tax on it.
Facts.
When they buy a car, they paying a tax on it.
Facts.
Into this country illegally. That is a law.
There's no such thing as an illegal human.
Well, in literal fact, yes, there is. Because if you come into the country illegally, you just broke a law. That's why it's illegal. It's amazing that you have to explain this type of stuff to people.
Want to come through the front door? That is the correct way to come in. And the city of Houston has to stop allowing this, or we're never going to get them to stop coming in here. Look, that's what we got to do.
You know what the biggest problem is? Why in the fuck is this on a sports show? On Fox? I mean, what the hell? I don't even want to finish it. This is so stupid.
Who raised this kid?
Oh, God, not you again. Get out of here. Oh, God, not you again. Get out of
One
here.
thing we get asked constantly is, can we force a switch?
Oh,
or can we
God,
switch
not
on-
you again.
We say hang up the
Oh, it's not a sports show? I thought that's what he said. Is that not what the dude said at the beginning of it? I thought he said something about it was... I don't know. Anyway, if it's on Fox, it's probably retarded. I've never heard or seen such a show.
the phone, because in the old days you would physically hang the phone up on the wall when you were done talking to someone. And we say dial someone's number because you used to physically turn that little dial to put in their phone number on a rotary phone. We say footage because you used to have literal feet, like
What the hell? What is this?
feet long, like these little things that would have like each moment in a little box, and you would just have feet of them. And then we say a reel of footage because you could like reel it in to this little circle thing, and then roll the clips is like roll that footage back out, physically rolling it past the camera so that it plays, you know what I mean? I literally realized all of these things like tonight, and like I'm hoping you guys will have more that I didn't know about this that you'll put in the comments. We say hang up the phone because in the old...
What? This can't be real. This person... I'm refusing to believe that this is a real thing. We gotta check out...
One thing we get asked
son of a
constantly.
bitch. Shut up.
We say hang up...
We gotta check out the comments on this. At least the first comment is saying, in the old days, I'm 20 years old and even I've used landlines. In the old days. And someone gives it looks like maybe the comments are not on board with this. She's got to be trolling. This person's got to be trolling for views and clicks. Yeah, okay, this is a troll. I mean, look at this. The reason we say cut out footage when talking about editing is because they used to literally have to that piece out. I have to cut that piece out, and then this is the woman. Oh my god. Okay, this is a troll. This is definitely a troll. No way.
Okay guys, look, I'm really sorry if my Luigi edit made any of you uncomfortable. Don't worry, I'm putting my phone down. I'm putting it on the table right... Do you guys hear that? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I didn't really care about the Luigi edit. I was particularly offended that you were filming a TikTok in a movie theater while the movie was on. I mean, what in the hell? Jeez. God. This is a sad, sad world that we live in.
Did you know that it's quite literally impossible for the Bible to condemn homosexuality?
Oh, here's one of the gay pastors of TikTok. Man, this is going to be good. Here we go. Settle in, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you know that it's quite literally impossible for the Bible to condemn homosexuality? Because the concept of sexuality as an innate part of our human makeup and the word homosexual did not exist until the late 19th century. The word homosexual was coined by a Hungarian psychologist in the late 19th century and then didn't appear in the pages of an English Bible until 80 years later, in 1946, when the translators of the Revised Standard Version of the Bible translated a mysterious Greek word, arsenokoitai, as homosexuals. Now, what's interesting about this word is that it doesn't appear in the Greek language until the Apostle Paul uses it in the New Testament, and it is sparsely used afterwards, making a precise translation nearly impossible. And the translators of the Revised Standard Version note that homosexuality is not the precise translation of this word. Now, what does the word arsenokoitai mean, and why did Paul make it up? If you study first century Koine Greek, you'll find that there is over a dozen words that refer to same-sex relationships, same-sex sex, and even same-sex marriage that Paul could have used if he wanted to condemn any of those things. Words that all of his Greek-speaking audience would have understood. But Paul doesn't use any of those words. Instead, he creates his own word in order to refer to a very specific practice that apparently none of those words were referring to. So where does the word arsenokoitai come from? Most scholars believe Paul takes this word from Leviticus chapter 18, verse 22 in the Greek translation. That verse reads, "An arson shall not coiten with an arson, for this is an abomination." In other words, a man shall not bed with a man, for this is an abomination. On the surface, that sounds like a broad condemnation of homosexual sex, but clearly it's not. Paul would have used the other words that clearly mean homosexual sex if that was the case. So what is Leviticus 18 referring to? Well, it's important to look at the context. Leviticus 18 is part of what's called the Holiness Code, a set of ritual and cultural prohibitions given to the Jewish people to keep them pure from the pagan nations that surrounded them. If you look at Leviticus 18 verses 1 through 3, God says, "Do not do what they do in the land of Egypt, where I am bringing you from, or the land of Canaan, where I am bringing you to. Do not follow their customs." What follows is a list of commands that aren't necessarily moral commands, but are ritual and cultural commands. Things like don't commit incest, don't sacrifice your child to Molech, and don't lie with a man as with a woman, for this is an abomination. Most scholars agree that this is not a broad condemnation of homosexuality because neither ancient Egypt or Canaan practiced homosexuality broadly. So what could this be referring to? Most scholars believe it is either...
Oh, man. There's so much to be said about this. Oh my god, this guy. This freaking guy. Fine. There's only like 20 seconds left.
We're referring to temple prostitution, where people would go and engage with sex in temple priests and priestesses to appease gods and goddesses. Exploitation, where men would engage sexually with their slaves. Or incest, because Leviticus 18 condemns all sorts of other incest except for same-sex incest. It's not homosexuality. That is clear.
Man. What even is homosexuality then? So much of this is absolutely insane. So many people say crap like that. It's all been, this is all nonsense. Everything this guy just said was nonsense. When people look back in time, read the Bible, or just in general study history like this guy's talking about doing, they don't seem to... It's... You used to do this with an impartial view to try to see, you know, what was that time actually like. I want to actually learn something, and let's see what this was like, and let's find truth. No, now you just decide what it is that you want to find, and then you string together anything that you can possibly come up with to justify what you're talking about. True or not is irrelevant. Take a few sentences here and there, take one thing from here, take one thing from there. There you go. Now I got what I wanted. This is exactly what I was trying to say. And look, it's like these people, they have read academic papers, they've read books, and they see how people do it. But they just assumed that most people were just grabbing things, that just random things. They weren't trying to actually be truthful. They didn't actually care about the pursuit of knowledge. You know what I mean? Whatever, dude. Fucking queer Reverend Brandon Robertson. Get out of here.
It doesn't matter that the shooter was trans.
Hey, this is exactly what I was just talking about. With that other guy. If the shooter's on their team, suddenly we have to make excuses for them. Man. But we've already seen this video.
Here's your update on Dr. Should Get Sued. It's curious he continues to claim there were no FTC violations or false claims in his videos, but blocked me and deleted every single advertising video I commented on. But that's okay because I saved all of them before I have no idea what you're talking about.
Hey, you shouldn't call yourself...
Oh, it's the absolute beta cuck soy boy of all time, who's convinced that he's cool because he lives in a polyamorous relationship, which of course always means that he's this doughy, weird guy who says that he's bisexual, but yet he never gets laid, doesn't even sleep with his girlfriend, while she goes around and sleeps with tons of people. But he's the one who's in charge. He's the one who's empowered. This guy sells merch about the fact that he is a cuck. I'm sorry, what was the video about? Continue.
Polyamorous. What you're doing is not polyamory. Why not? I'm open and honest with all my partners and everything is consensual and happy. Yeah, but It's not the way I do it, so it's not polyamory. Aha, but what I'm doing is polyamory. And if you don't do it the way I do, then you're the one who's not polyamorous. Dang it, you got me. I'll tell you what, you can be polyamorous again if you stop the gatekeeping. Deal? Okay, that's fair. Deal. Cool. So, now that we're both poly, what are you doing tonight? Do you wanna... Hey, you should...
What the absolute state of men. I guess that'll have to be the next Swamp Gets Canceled segment on the Friday show is the absolute state of men. And though actually I wouldn't get canceled for that. Talking crap about men doesn't get you canceled. This guy. Someone just needs to kick his ass.
Okay, now music.
2 seconds. That's all it took. I'm done with this video.
So here are some reasons why you should have a portable generator instead of a portable charger for your phone. So let's say me and all of my besties' phones are dying. What are we gonna do? We can't get into an outlet. I only have my power bank with 1 slot in it. No, I have my generator, bitch. Are you silly? There's literally 3 slots here. We can all be thriving and successful. Oh my God, I forgot to do my...
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
What's up, TikTok fam? Lady G here, and as most of you are already aware, I've been out for a while dealing with some medical issues, but this morning I was sent this account and asked to look into it. And for once, I think Republicans and Democrats will agree that this account is absolutely deplorable, and what they are posting is absolutely vile and disgusting. On that account and this one, his main account, he is posting badly photoshopped videos of the 9/11 tragedy in which he's making light of the horrific events that happened that day. Repulsive videos, such as what the hijackers saw that morning.
I was waiting for the thing that was going to make me say that. Is it really a big deal? Okay. Woke people cannot have a sense of humor. Clearly what we're seeing here is a Twitter account that's posting 4chan memes about 9/11. Continue. No, sure.
Now, clearly, this is the work of some teenager who's based out of London, but I find it absolutely disgusting that anyone would Photoshop and make light of one of our nation's worst tragedies.
How much you want to bet that this lady right here thinks that January 6th is on par with 9/11? How much you want to bet? Why do we know that this is a teenager from London? That's a weird thing to say, but hey, if this was indicative of what this person is posting, these are 4chan memes. Get over it. Not 9/11, but the memes. Get over the memes.
Oh my God, no, it's cute. No, it's so quaint. You know what I love? I love that it looks like home. Like you lived here. Oh, I can picture you here running around in your little dirty socks, right? Coming cuddled up here eating your, what'd you eat?
Man, women are just downright hilarious. Hilarious.
Little nipples of cheese. Little nipples of cheese. We had these sponges, right? Memories were made here, I bet. Weren't they? It's all very vintage. Yeah. A word that keeps popping into my head. Charm. Charm. Right, a little cuddle puddle for warmth. You don't know how many times I wished growing up we had something like this. What is this, though? Oh my God, no, it's...
Dude, that was hilarious. That was damn funny. Let me stop the music. Oh God, what am I looking at?
400 anti-LGBTQ laws might be going through other states right now, but in New Jersey, the governor just made their logo have a trans flag in it because New Jersey just signed a bill that will make it a safe haven for trans healthcare. 400
I think that might be enough for one night. I think that might be all the TikTok that I can take. You know, without having a direction, since I didn't set up TikTok Tuesday. That's hard to get through. I'm sorry if you disagree and you just want to keep it rolling, but I'm just not sure that I can do it. All right, for the last thing of the evening. Should I do this or should I do something else? Let's see here. I keep talking about this comedian that I found who has this whole bit about guns and how we should just roll over for the government because they'd kill us anyway, and how guns are bad. And I keep meaning to go over. Sure, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. This is from Netflix. This guy is on Netflix because he's hilarious, and they have great comedians on Netflix. Obviously, not woke at all, because Netflix is not known for being woke in any way, shape, or form. So here we go. A stand-up routine about how you should just not fight the government because they could just blow you up. An interesting argument.
My problem with guns is I don't buy either side's arguments completely, right? So the conservative argument is that guns are written in the Constitution because the Founding Fathers thought if all the citizens have guns, then the government will have to do what they say, or else the people will rise up and fight the government, right? Which is a legitimately great idea in the 1700s. But the problem is there's still people now hoarding weapons, thinking that at some point they may need to take on the American military, and they think they have a shot, right? And look, maybe they're right, which is why I'm proposing we test their theory and once a year have a head-to-head showdown.
You know, one thing I've always noticed about the people they make fun of the tyranny argument, fighting tyranny. Because I feel like a lot of people who are who like guns make this argument a little bit too strongly. It's true to an extent, of course. But we're not literally saying that an AR-15 is more powerful than a nuclear weapon. Which is what the argument that this guy's about to make, or the joke I guess he's about to make. This isn't a video game where as long as your stats are higher, you're going to win. Well, my nuclear weapon has plus 10 million to damage. Your Kevlar only gives you plus 5, and your damage from your AR-15 is only plus 15. So, you're dead. That's not exactly how it works.
Say 100 members of the NRA versus, 2 members of the military. Broadcasted on Fox, Christmas Day. Like, Merry Christmas and welcome to the 2022 NRA Military Showdown. Let's go down to the field of battle.
Also, another thing. For some reason, the left and the wokies are just obsessed with the NRA. And they think that anyone who likes guns is obsessed with the NRA. I have never given a flying fuck about the NRA. Ever. Wait, I don't think anyone who is under 75 gives a crap about the NRA. I don't actively hate them. But why would I care? I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I'm not saying that the NRA doesn't do anything good, but I just what is this thing where if you like guns, oh, you NRA loving blah blah blah. Man, what do you mean? What does that mean? I'm not walking around going, dude, have you heard about the NRA? Are you familiar with the NRA? Man, it's just fantastic. I will talk to a friend of mine and say, hey, check out this new gun I got. Isn't this awesome? I'm not going to walk up to them and say, you heard about the NRA? Let me tell you the good news. Let me preach to you about the NRA. It's just not going to happen.
I'll meet one of our NRA combatants. Sir, what's your name? What kind of weapon do you work with? He's like, my name's Andy Baker, and I got an AR-15 wearing Kevlar head to toe. Andy, how confident are you, scale of 1 to 10? Fucking a million.
I'm not going to lie. That part is genuinely hilarious. Down to the name and everything. Andy Baker. Covered in Kevlar head to toe. Got an AR-15. Scale of 1 to 10. How confident are you? Fucking a million. That's the only good part of this whole stand-up routine, by the way. That's actually pretty damn funny. Gotta hand it to you.
We're going to check in with the military real quick, and they cut to one guy by himself in a bunker, and he's like, my name's Staff Sergeant Jeremiah Walker. And they're like, Jeremiah, what kind of weapon you work with? And he's like, look, I don't know if this is fair, but I'm working with a drone.
Now, here's where we get to the heart of the absolute misunderstanding that the woke people and the general soy boys who look like this, what they don't understand. They just don't seem to get it. Do you really not know? I mean, the history of anything? You don't have to go that far back in history to see that this argument is totally irrelevant. Because like I said, this isn't a video game. This isn't D&D. This isn't, let's add up the stats and see who wins. I mean, we don't have to go back that far. I mean, what do you think's going on in the Middle East? A bunch of dirty ass dudes living in caves just beat the U.S. government. I mean, come on. Well, you know, they have drones and nuclear weapons, which our president Biden brings up all the time, which I think is more than enough reason to impeach the guy. If you're actively threatening most of the population, saying, "Well, we could take you out with F-15s." It's an interesting thing for, you know, the president of the United States to say, but it's just this really weird. It's an appeal to authority. They just don't know how to live any other way. The government is their God, and they just cannot imagine you could stand against God. That's really what they believe. It's an interesting way to live. It's not very American, I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's equipped with 8 Hellfire missiles and a high-powered camera. As you can see on this monitor here, the NRA fellas are actually in just one big cluster. So I'm gonna. We started, all right. Yeah. So I'm gonna hit this button right here. Yeah. Now they're all dead. That'll do it for this year's NRA Military Showdown.
Imagine actually making this argument. It's really bizarre. It's like that guy recently who on Twitter, the journalist who was making the argument that basically the Jews shouldn't have even fought the Nazis at all. Like, why would anyone even stand against them? They look at the weapons they had, and it's like, what? So your argument is because of the weaponry, the numbers, and the firepower, You should just let yourself be slaughtered. That is a very, very interesting way to approach life. I can only assume that you think you're going to be with the government and that the government would never have any reason to go against you because you're going to be a good lapdog. You're going to listen to whatever the government says. I mean, what a really bizarre thing to say. I really don't think that if the government, and I would never imply that this is ever happening, I would never say this. If the government had become tyrannical or authoritarian, that, well, I might as well just let them kill my family. No, I don't give a shit. I'm going to protect what's mine. I'm going to protect what I love. I don't care what the government has or what their authority is. Well, you know what? Sorry, honey. You might as well take Timmy out back and just put one in the back of his head. And then do me next, because government's coming. Did you know they have nuclear weapons? Game over. How about you worship the government and I'll keep living my life as I choose? How about that? You know, maybe that'll maybe the problem will sort itself out. It's really the only thing I can think to say about that. All right, guys, make sure you like the stream if you haven't. Make sure you join the Discord. Check out the merch, all that good stuff.
Hi, guys. How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, I guess we're going to watch this video since Twitter randomly decided to start playing it. I was about to wrap it up for the night, but I guess we got... I guess we're doing one more. Crazy trans activists. Go.
Hi, guys. How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, what you gonna do? We're gonna dox us?
No interest in that. We are gonna have a real conversation.
Check it out. Nope. It's fucking pig.
All these people are LARPers. And the reason this keeps happening... Look at this guy's technique right here. Look how strong he is. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this dude. Watch this dude. You ready? Limp-wristed. Hitting the person with the bullhorn. I mean, yeah. These people are going to keep LARPing as violent revolutionaries until you stop it. And I know a lot of people from who saw this video were saying how great it was that they had security who took this guy out. I disagree. Because watch this. Look at this little fat bastard. And he does this little limp-wristed hits this person. And then these guys who obviously can handle their shit come in. All they do is remove him. That's been the problem. Is all we've been doing is removing these people when that happens. They think that they are on a physical level of these guys. They actually believe that these security guards who removed this guy, they are physically equal to these two guys. No. He's a LARPer. He's cosplaying as a revolutionary. You know how you stop this? You show him he's wrong. You show him that, oh, your little outburst here, your little childlike, let me hit you. Okay. You think that you want to go up against the big boys? You think you got it? Just beat the shit out of them right there. It doesn't take much. I'm not talking about going across the line legally. He just assaulted somebody. Security should walk up and just deck him right there. Right then and there. One hit is all it would take. One hit. Right there. He walks up and bam. That's all it would take. That guy's not coming out ever again. He is never showing up to an event and acting that way ever again. One hit. That's all it would take. But here we are. Here we are.
No! Fucking pigs! Fucking
So we're at VCU and Antifa's trying to crash our event.
There are more of us.
Yeah, you can back up and get out my personal space. Kevin's been assaulted. That was my security. They're not even going to let us speak. The poor student coming in their desk dressed me. So, well, I would be happy to begin our presentation if you all would like to listen to our presentation.
See, this is my point here. Is look at this. The way that right here. See, these security guards are handling this guy like the little soy boy that he is. Super easy to remove this guy. He's not very physically intimidating. But listen. This is why he did it right here.
Fucking pigs!
He starts yelling, you know, the fucking pigs. That's why he did this. He gets to feel in this moment like he's some kind of revolutionary. He's seen the photos and the videos from a time, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, of people actually standing up for stuff. For for rights and whatever. Take your pick. I mean, there's so many different. He's cosplaying a revolutionary. These damn pigs! It's just not fair. Whoa! Revolution now! Dude, you gotta stop treating these people with kid gloves. They think they're revolutionaries. If that's true, you think you got what it takes to stack up against the big boys? I'm telling you, right here. Boom. One hit to the face. Just one. That guy's going home crying to his mom. 100%. For sure.
That was my security. They're not even going to let us speak. The poor student coming in their desk dressed me. So, well, I would be happy to begin our presentation if you all would like to listen to our presentation. We'd be happy to begin our presentation, take any questions from those, and I would be happy to not actually give my planned speech and take any questions that you all have in a logical fashion. But you have to stop screaming and chanting at me. This is what we're dealing with. Go!
The vast majority.
Brilliant. That's our colleges for you. These absolute geniuses. Man. Still all wearing masks, by the way. I'm sure you noticed, but still all wearing masks. What an absolute joke. Maybe this will be the stream again that gets me in trouble, but I stand by the statement. Everyone keeps saying, how do we fix this? How do we stop this? Super easy. Super easy. These people want to play revolutionaries. They want to LARP, cosplay, pretend to be revolutionaries. Treat them like revolutionaries. That's all it would take. They would stop. They would absolutely stop. They genuinely believe that they're revolutionaries. Okay. Fine. I'm going to kick your ass. But as soon as anything like that happens, they always step down. They always go, oh my gosh, someone call the police that I want to ban. Just stop it. Stop it. All right, one last video, and we'll call it a night. I actually haven't watched this one. I just wanted to watch it. Haven't seen it yet. Over 1 million views. From the infamous libs of TikTok. There we go.
For those of you who don't know me, I am a medical school professor specializing in molecular biology. I also have an extensive background in gender studies and queer studies. The idea of sex as an immutable characteristic is a turf talking point that's been around for decades, and it's been weaponized against trans women in particular in the fashion of, oh, but you will always be man.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. The idea that sex is an immutable characteristic has been a turf talking point for decades. So sometime in the last 10 to 30 years, trans exclusionary radical feminists, otherwise known as TERFs, came up with the idea of sex. Before that didn't exist. For decades, they've come up with this. They came up with this idea that sex is an immutable characteristic. Yeah, the more you know. This is good information. I didn't know when we had decided that male and female were different, but now I know. It was because of the radical TERFs came up with it. Brilliant.
Male and therefore invading female spaces. Sex as it pertains to humans is a construct. It is a set of spectrum variables with bimodal distribution that we draw an arbitrary set of boundaries around into two broad categories, but they are not immutable characteristics. Almost all of those characteristics can be changed through hormones or through surgery. This is literally an argument that gets trans women killed and is the thing that people are using to tell us that we can't change our birth certificates, right? Stop. For those of you who don't know me, I am
You know, I like to try to be better than this. But why are they always the ugliest people you have ever laid eyes on? Good Lord. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this, but it's like the teeth are just rotting out of this goblin's head. I mean, like, what in the hell is going on here? Oh, man. And the cartoon eyebrows? I mean, good Lord. Why are they like this? And of course, a person like this is the person who wants you to believe that gender, sex, biology, it can be changed. You see, with hormones, you can change anything. This person. This person wants you to believe what they are saying about physical realities, about biological realities. This person. Man. I'm telling you, we got to stop this. We got to stop entertaining this insanity. In principle, don't judge a book by its cover was a good idea when you're talking about very superficial things. Just because someone is black doesn't mean that they're a bad person. Just because someone's Asian, just because someone's white, very, very superficial immutable characteristics, actual immutable characteristics, Great. Awesome. When you get past those surface level things, we got to go back to judging a book by its cover. If this person is trying to speak to you about any kind of biological or physical realities, you need to write that person off immediately. You don't even need to hear what they have to say. Human beings have discernment. We have the ability to discriminate in information. The actual meaning of the word, not this new woke version of discrimination. We can push away things that are obviously not good. We have the ability to do so. And that's why they want to break that chain in your brain that says that if this person walked up to you, you would immediately say, no, stop talking, and walk away from them. They want to make you feel bad for doing that. Because when you say, why would you not listen to this person? And you go, well, look at them. I mean, that's reason enough. If someone looks clearly insane, I don't feel the need to have to listen to them. And you go, that's bad. You shouldn't do that. That's discriminatory. And you go, oh, I didn't know that. I don't want to be a bigot. You got to shake that off. That's not real. That's the programming that people like this have brought into the world. You are 100% justified that if this person walks up to you on the street and starts trying to tell you the craziest shit you've ever heard, you're 100% justified to say, get the hell away from me, you potbelly goblin. And if they start screaming transphobe, you say, I ain't scared of shit. I'm strapped, homie. No, but seriously, we gotta stop this. This is out of control. Absolutely out of control. This person cannot be an expert on anything. And if you showed this person to somebody from 30, 40 years ago, if you showed this and you actually told them that this person was going to be in charge of our educational institutions, they would assume that you're lying because this person clearly needs to be in a padded room. There's no other explanation. This person is crazy. Absolutely crazy. My Matt Walsh is showing. Bullshit. Every time you listen to Matt Walsh, you need to realize that his swamp is showing. That's the way it is. Everything he does, he got from me. All right, guys, I think that's it. I think I've more than made up for missing TikTok Tuesday. Let me just check. Let's see. Hey, I was first on a lot of that stuff. I was actually going to say that Matt Walsh was, that his Swamp Johnson was showing, but then I realized that was just wildly inappropriate. All right, let's just see. Let's give it a go. Man. Oh man, I'm messing up the new screen I got. Okay. Let's check out the things I've liked on Twitter. If there's anything else to go over before we call it a night.
I want to say I told you so. So if you've been following my lives, I've been halfway considering moving back in with my kid's dad. I know. Needless to say, we've been looking at places. We were actually getting ready to sign a place. I know it's stupid, okay? I know it's stupid. But I'm literally fucking drowning.
All right, I can't. We're going to skip that one. Oh, this was a pretty cool video.
Public. We don't have honest money. We don't have integrity. We don't even have people in Washington that even pretend.
Got the OG Ron Paul
supposed to tell the
laying
truth.
it down.
You know, remember just recently there was a congressperson that won, and he won by putting on his resume just a bunch of lies, and the other ones got hysterical. The other congressman telling lies like this, and I got to thinking, well, how many of these people that were complaining about this guy telling lies, how many of them lied when they raised their hand up and swore to uphold the Constitution? Now that's a lie that really has consequences. Actually, you could probably make fun and make a little joke because his jokes weren't. Everybody knew he was fibbing, but the real lies are being told, and that is our big problem. But I do believe there has been a coup, and it's been taken over. And if I want to just put the date in my mind. And anybody could pick probably any date in the last 100 years. But I have picked November 22nd, 1963.
What happened on that day?
That was the day Kennedy was murdered by our government.
Wait a minute. This was from. Wait, Ron Paul was on Timcast? When was this? Was this just what? Yesterday? This was posted April. Wait, Ron Paul? Damn, I was wondering what this clip was from. I'd watched the clip, but I guess I didn't watch it to the end and realize that. Wow. Well, I gotta watch that. But yeah. He's absolutely right. You can pick any number. I mean, there's so much stuff over the last 100 years that you could really point to. But saying November 2nd, 1963 is pretty good. I mean, it's as good a date as any, for sure. Oh man, have you guys seen this? This is hilarious.
That we're running this campaign.
The guy who's one of the Tennessee Three. The so-called Tennessee Three.
Justin J. Pearson, and I'm running for president of BSG. There are a few reasons that we're running this campaign this year. One has to do with representation. How can we represent all voices in a conversation? I wanted to do this by partnering with organizations from the Bowdoin Democrats to the Bowdoin Republicans. I want to bring together different voices, dissenting voices, voices that may be more liberal or more conservative.
So that was him from a few years ago, and then this is him now that he's been expelled from, after the leftist indoctrination and being expelled from the Tennessee legislature. I mean, some would say there's some performance art involved here.
Like the NRA and gun lobbyists might win, but that was good news for us. I don't know how long this Saturday in the state of Tennessee might last, but we have good news, folks. We've got good news that Sunday always comes.
Justin J. Pearson.
It seems like he may have found a character. Can you believe that's the same guy?
Sunday always comes.
Justin J. Pearson, and I'm running for president of BSG. There are a few reasons that we're running this campaign.
Oh man, what a douche. Well, there you go. I think that's it. I mean, there's some more of the tweets that I've liked, but you can go to Twitter for that. All right, you guys, thanks for hanging out. Of course, if you haven't, join the Discord, link in the chat, like the stream, check out the merch, and I'll see you guys next time.